Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yes, the ominous sound of the gong, which symbolizes, in this case, Shostakovich. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at all the stuff we have here. It's just unbelievable how much material we're going to be going through as we reverse our alphabet and we go through the S's. When we get through the S's, we're really going to be somewhere. The S's are huge. I still have a large shelf of S's to unload back in the main overflow room to move the stuff here. And so we're getting there. We have a whole nother bin over there of S's. Going to get through Schubert and Schumann, I think, eventually. Anyway, Shostakovich. Chamber Symphonies. Opus 73A, based on String Quartet number 3, and number 10, the String Quartet number 10. These are, I think, wonderful arrangements. We have the Kiev Virtuosi under Dmitry Yablonsky on Naxos. Very good performances, well recorded. I love these arrangements. Rudolf Barshai made them, 4 of them, with Shostakovich's permission. And they are wonderful works. They are absolutely wonderful works. They get played a lot and recorded quite a bit, and that's a good thing. What is it? Oh, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Shostakovich Violin Concerto number 1, coupled with the Hartmann Concerto Funèbre for solo violin and strings. This is featuring Michael Erxleben, violin, with the Berlin Symphony Orchestra and Klaus Peter Flor. This is amazing, this performance of the first violin concerto. The tempos are so slow. In the slow movement, the opening movement's 15 minutes. I mean, usually it takes I have others we can look for comparison, but whoa, and the Passacaglia and Cadenza, 20 minutes and 58 seconds. I mean, this is dark, heavy, implacable, but it's wonderfully played and sustained. It doesn't sound eccentrically, bizarrely, awful. It doesn't. It just has this sort of hypnotic effect. It's really an extraordinary performance. It's on Berlin Classics, and the Hartmann is great to have as well. That's with Sebastian Weigel conducting, by the way, with the Neues Berliner Kammerorchester. So there you go. I mean, I saved this one because it really is a very different performance from the others. Oh, baby. This is it. Shostakovich 14 with Galina Vishnevskaya, Mark Reshetin, the Academic Symphony Orchestra of Moscow, and Rostropovich, live from 1973, when the piece was brand new. Remember that Vishnevskaya was one of 2 sopranos who were vying for the right to do the premiere. Shostakovich actually preferred the other one, supposedly, but it's not that he didn't like Vishnevskaya, God knows. And she sings this thing. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. This is like the most exciting thing you've ever heard in your life. It is a frenetic, neurotic, intense scream fest. And Mark Reshetin's fabulous too, the bass. It's just an amazing performance. And it was very well recorded in its day. It sounds great. And they licensed it to get it into the complete Rostropovich-Shostakovich cycle. Which I'm very, very happy that they did. This is the one you have to hear. Of all the Shostakovich 14s, you really, really, really have to hear this one. It's extraordinary. The conductor, by the way, at the premiere was Barshai, I believe. But wow, this is hot stuff. And I had the great pleasure when I met Galina Vishnevskaya, and we gave her a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Cannes Classical Awards. We all had dinner, and she sat there and sang this to me, which was something I will never forget. Because I told her, I said, that was such an extraordinary performance. And she said, oh yes, tri-li-li, tri-li-li, li-li, tri. She started sang the whole thing, and she looked at me and she said, so beautiful, but so sad. I said, oh yeah, eat your appetizer, dear. There we were. It was quite an evening. Anyway, what else have we got here? Shostakovich Symphonies 1 and 6 with Vladimir Yurovsky on pentatone. This sort of ongoing quasi-cycle. Did they ever finish it? I don't think they did. Actually, I don't know if they ever will. It's with the Russian National Orchestra. Very good performances, exciting performances, very well recorded. Nothing not to love. I mean, Yurovsky's great at that stuff. And here's, some of the Yarvi stuff. Shostakovich 8, Yarvi, Scottish National. Oh my goodness, amazing, amazing, fabulously recorded, intense, and bloodletting going on here. It's just so powerful. It makes you sweat. Those Yarvi recordings on Chandos were just marvelous. Most of them anyway. Number 11 with Ashkenazy in St. Petersburg. Well, Ashkenazy's Shostakovich cycle was tremendously underrated. It's very, very good. It's with St. Petersburg and the Royal Philharmonic. And if I prefer the St. Petersburg performances a little bit more, not that there's anything wrong with the Royal Philharmonic, they play very well for these things, but I like these because it's the St. Petersburg, it was the Leningrad, they sound really, really good, and the sonics in the hall where they record are very different from the usual stuff. They're slightly dry, a little bit hard-edged, and really just right for the music. And it's a very fine performance of Symphony number 11. It really is. Most of them are very good, and they don't get any love. What's this one? Oh, Vladimir Fedosiev and the Moscow Radio Symphony doing Shostakovich 1 and 15 with the Moscow Radio Symphony Orchestra on Canyon Classics. I get these because of the sonics, for the most part. Fedosiev is a very ordinary conductor in my experience. These are good performances, but they're better, and they sound really fine, which is why I got them. So, they're there. I can always go back and check later. What is that? Oh, did I already have those? Yes, of course. Duplicates on duplicates. Shostakovich 6 and 10. Wow, Andrew Litton and the Dallas Symphony Orchestra. These are terrific. They're on Delos. I don't know if they're still on Delos. I don't know if Delos ever owned them or the orchestra did, or they disappeared, or they're out of print, but they're good performances. Really exciting, solid performances by a conductor who really knows how to conduct this stuff and who had the orchestra in top form with excellent sonics. You're likely to overlook those. You shouldn't. They're to the manner born. Okay, we just talked about this in the last video. Shostakovich Violin Concerto and Cello Concerto with Oistrakh, Rostropovich, Petropoulos, Ormandy. I'm not doing it again. It's amazing. It's on Sony. And this is Shostakovich Piano Concertos 1 and 2 and the Cello Concerto. Well, the Cello Concerto is the same Rostropovich one we just talked about, but the piano concertos are performed by Andrei Previn and Leonard Bernstein, respectively, in numbers 1 and 2, with Bill Vacchiano, the great legendary Vacchiano trumpet person, in number 1. This is on Masterworks Portrait. This was it was an LP series originally, and then they issued them on CDs. They were kind of unremastered and just thrown on there, and the bad sonics, if they were bad, were still bad, and if they were good, they were still good. It was an odd series. They had these sort of dim monochrome covers and just a strange sort of sideline that Sony did at the time. Then we've got both piano concertos. I'm just going to put them together here because they're performed by I Musici de Montreal and conducted by Maxim Shostakovich or Yuli Turovsky, depending on which. But in the piano concertos, Maxim Shostakovich, and played by Shostakovich's grandson, Dmitri Jr. Yes, Dmitri Jr. on Chandos. Here they are. These performances are incredibly fast. They're faster and more Shostakovich-y than Shostakovich's own. And you get chamber symphonies with them. The 8th Quartet, the C minor one here with Turovsky, and the 10th Quartet one with Turovsky and I Musici de Montreal. Wonderful performances. Wonderful performances. The concerti were just fast. I think, again, there are better performances of the concertos, and I don't think Dmitri Jr. did anything other than these, maybe. But, you get the picture here. They all kind of look like Shostakovich, don't they? Yes, there they are. 3 generations of Shostakoviches, which made these kind of, de rigueur in terms of provenance. So we have them. And then we've got, Martha Argerich doing Shostakovich's first piano concerto and the Haydn Concerto in D, the perfect coupling for Shostakovich, of course, with the Württembergisches Kammer Orchestra Heilbronn under Jörg Ferber. Well, Argerich is one of those performers who you basically just, follow around with a microphone and record whatever she does, wherever she does it, whether it's any good or not. They're okay. They're good performances. I admire her for doing the Shostakovich. she just does what she wants whenever she wants, and we all just go around and listen to it. I've soured a little bit, you may have noticed, on Argerich because of that. I think, you know, she owes more to her audience than just pleasing herself. I mean, that's how I feel about her right now. I mean, right or wrong or indifferent, I just think that, you know, and these are good performances, don't get me wrong, but I've become less interested in her as she just keeps doing the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. So, what have we got here? Oh, Konstantin Silvestri, the Vienna Phil, doing Shostakovich Fifth. This is a Japanese EMI. See, you can see little Japanese thingies there, little kanjis or whatever they are. You know, one of the things that really sort of reasons I was doing this stuff, collecting these, is because you couldn't get Silvestri for years and years and years and years. You just couldn't. So anything I could find, I grabbed. This is in the Homage to the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra second series, volume 10. The wonderful thing about the Japanese CD market is they organized everything in these different sequences and series, and then just issued them systematically, and they kept them in print. And you know, they know how to treat collectors. But you paid a premium. You also paid a premium, but it was worth it if you were serious about it. Then we've got Fedosiev again doing Shostakovich 5 and 6. Again, good performances. Fedosiev is not a terribly special conductor. The Moscow Radio Symphony Orchestra plays well. Canyon Classics for the wonderful Japanese recordings. The Sonics, which are terrific, but they're nobody's favorite performances of this music. But they're good. I mean, they're solid. And then we've got Symphony number 4 and 2 pieces from Scarlatti with the USSR Ministry of Culture Symphony Orchestra and the wind section of the USSR State Symphony Orchestra under Gennady Rostropovich, Chant du Monde. Rostropovich does an amazing Shostakovich Fourth. He always did. He recorded it a couple of times. There's also the BMG Melodia one. It's part of his cycle of all the Shostakovich symphonies. That's not down here. That's upstairs in the main collection. This is fun. These are Czech radio broadcasts. The 2 pieces from Scarlatti are from 1981 and 1985. So these are from Czech radio. They're not the same as the other ones, but their performances are quite similar. They really are. And they're splendid, just splendid. So that's something worth hanging on to. And there you have it, my friends. More Shostakovich. Keep on listening, and thanks for joining me.